bullshit fumble a second ago.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like?
You airport for.
Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep moving forward.
Oh, you mean your daughter? Your daughter? Oh, who's graduating from Jackson?
David Njoku, the touchdown. When you reach the
who's graduation?
Around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
The
Browns keeping the offense out on the football field.
Do what? You broke.
He's throwing.
You broke. What are you going to do?
And the call to go for it not awarded as the pass falls
call when you get the house.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The Dolphins back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series.
Oh my God. Let's go.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Right gets it, headed right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped.
That stopped short of the 1st.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Going on 3rd, Tagovailoa. He's got Smith.
Play myself. He put that ball over that line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he will get the 1st as they touch him down.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
First down, ball at the 36. Man in motion, out of the slot. Tagovailoa on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up second down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Nearly intercepted. Oh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up third down.
You feeling lucky? Or do you? Well, he should, because quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on third. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up fourth down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. Got to secure the pick before anything else.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He has it at the 13. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The Browns returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he just tucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Here's Chubb on second down. And he pushes it forward, but will only reach the 23. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
To the air, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
The Browns are lining up to punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. He's got it at the 24. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, Tagovailoa. Short pass brought in. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
From the gun on 3rd, Tagovailoa has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Tua again. Complete over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Second and 3 now. Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. Complete out to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
Second down now, 7 to go. Again, it's Tagovailoa. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they're up against it here on 4th down.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on the back line through a well-placed hit.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
So give them a 4th in this game to the surprise of absolutely nobody. They've had to settle for field goals quite often. But to his credit, he has stepped up confidently, consistently, and been the scorer they need him to be.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Returnable from the 2. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They've got first down from the 31. Airing it out to start this drive. Fires right away, but incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Dumped off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down, ready to turn it into a negative play.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They give inside to Chum. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
2nd and 8. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Jump running out of the gun. And they make the stop, we're going to say about the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 37. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
All right, guys, right here. Come on.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to the air here. It is caught left side. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line.
Guys, come on here. What are we doing?
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Stays in the pocket, and he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Carlson's kick is good. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
That lead trimmed just a bit. Down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Chandler now on the return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give inside to right. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play.
All right, take it to the
It's a
4.
4-yard
Take it to the
pickup,
4.
and it's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Second and 6 coming up here. Right again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
5 men in the secondary for the Browns. Third down coming. Throwing now, Tunga Vailoa. Hauled in left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And that hit right at the 10. Somehow, though, got a wicked bounce and makes it into the end zone for a touchback. Back out runs their offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. He's going to loft one deep to the left.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And this bullet falls to the ground.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia,
why my lineman is not out there?
picture perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here's a throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Hunter on now, and he gets into this one. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be their football. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They're up by 2 scores, Brock, but we've got some time left, so they still need to mount a drive here. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give for Wright. And he'll push this.
All right, big run, guys. Big
Earn
run.
them a new set of downs.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to be bottled up after taking it down to the 43. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowl.
And run again with Wright. Oh no, the ball is loose! And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. Give him 3 yards, that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed, got him the ball back.
So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough third down here. Running it with Wright. And he's dropped just short of the
All right, now I'm taking my last 4th and 1.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
I'm going to take my 4th and 1. This is my last one. Still keep my 55-yarder.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Now a run with Wright. And he's tackled
big
for
hole,
the first
guys. Big
down
hole.
yardage. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Tua off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Oh, he lost the football. And the Browns pick it up.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a man.
2 times you fumbled in one drive.
What you're not trying to do ever is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Now this offense getting set to work here. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing now, following the turnover. Chubb brings it in. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Here's 2nd and 14. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd and long for him here. He has the first over the middle. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Yeah. I know whatever you're going to eat.
Throwing it again here. Got a man. It's Njoku.
Huh? Yeah, it's fine.
At the 38. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Still sticking with the passing game. That one's cut along the left sideline.
All right, guys, this is not good. What are y'all doing?
Gets him a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Daryl Jackson out in Seattle, they showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
This time they're going to get there and they drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Well, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. On the slant, complete to Judy. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force fourth downs just as they did.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within one score here in the fourth.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the three, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Miami offense headed out there now. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This is Wright running left. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Running behind center with Wright. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Not trying to do too much there. Short yardage situation. Just make sure you get to the marker and reset those chains.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They give it to him again. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
I'll take the 2-minute warning, guys.
4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Dolphins leading by 7. Second and 6 coming up here. Now Wright. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Third and 4 coming up now. He'll throw it. Caught out left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. They're now set for 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. This is right. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, as much as I love talking about these physical matchups, right now this is psychological. This adds some layers to this 3rd down call. Do you try your hand at another run and hope it fares better? Tougher to go back to it again when it just gets stuffed.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. And they bring him down around the 34.
They do it, guys.
That one gains 7. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
Yeah, I know you can read your partner right now, Kate. You know I'm smiling. Because that was a callback to the early days of football when fullbacks, not running backs, they were the one that led the ground game. He didn't stop at a yard or two, He ripped off a nice chunk for them right there.
Dolphins breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other.
Good job, guys.
Hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. And with this being their 5th consecutive victory, Brock, it's easy to argue they've been the best team in football over the last month. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Dolphins, your winners. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.
Another 4 weeks, man, I tell you. These guys going out left and right, man. Oh, boy. Yeah, storyline. All right, good job. We gotta get this. Hey, yeah, man. Oh, I know though. I said, why is my guys going out the game?